All right, and we are back once again, still at the 2020 third annual DC Music Summit with the Osyx. How are you ladies doing this today?
We're doing good.
Great, thanks. Thanks for talking to us.
You're welcome. So far at the Music Summit, what have you all gotten out of the Music Summit so far today?
It's been super great to hear all the different topics that were talked about and discussed today. A lot of questions were asked and answered that even we hadn't thought of, and so that was really great. I also think it's beneficial to have all these people in the scene kind of come together united in one, spot, and it's kind of overwhelming. I ran into some people I haven't seen in like a decade, and it's nice having that spot where we can come together.
Right.
I got to speak on 2 different panels, and they were really, really different topics, and just knowing that was going on in every single room, and that there's so much to cover and so much conversation that's just starting here. I was really excited about that, and especially because DC is not the biggest city in the entire world, and yet we have such a great, dense, diverse music scene that I love that I was seeing really familiar faces here and people I've never seen before, and meeting new people, and I'm just excited that we have that level of music to choose from and to support and to listen to here.
Right. I tell people often that DC has a long story, rich music scene going back to Marvin Gaye, Johnny Gill, and other artists like that. So I think because DC is not that big and the politics, people forget that there actually is a music scene here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. So earlier I got a chance to catch a little bit of an interview that you were doing in a radio station, and you mentioned the Osyx.
Yes.
And that piqued my interest. So first of all, what is the name about, the Osyx? How did that name come about?
I feel like Aaron should answer this because I know it, but it was beautiful the way, so it started with 3 awesome women, Aaron, Era, and Selena.
Era, who's off camera.
Yes. And they kind of wanted to just get together and create in a really powerful but nurturing kind of environment. So when they approached me to play drums, they told me this story about the Osyx, and it was absolutely inspiring. I was in. It's about, basically the Osyx was an alpha female wolf who basically changed the games in terms of wolves. And so when we came together, it was kind of very fitting because we were all kind of leadership roles in our various projects we were in before, but we're also collaborating and working together in a non-competitive environment. So I guess you could say that it's kind of like 5 Osyxes together making 1 Osyx wolf.
Okay. Kind of like Voltron kind of a situation, right? Okay.
Exactly. It's exactly like that.
Okay.
It is.
Okay. All right. So now you explain what the name is. What is the Osyx?
Band.
Okay.
We're like a rock band, and our influences come from various spots. Like for me, it's like the background of that DC go-go funk hip hop thing. We have the Riot Girl influence. So to call it a rock band is kind of like actually a disservice, but it's the best word I can think of. Indie rock, I guess, right?
Yeah, we've been called a lot of things, post-punk, indie rock, but I think that it's pretty evident because we have 5 contributing musicians rather than being kind of fronted by one person and that person's making all the creative choices. We have a lot more creative input from everyone, and so we're drawing on years and years of music loving and music listening from every single person in the band. And so like Robsy said, it's like the influences are coming in from everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's gumbo.
And I heard you mention earlier about a record label as well?
Yeah, so we started a nonprofit record label called This Could Go Boom, and it's basically targeted at women, non-binary, and trans musicians, and helping to magnify the gender marginalized voices. So we're excited about that. We've done a lot so far in just a year and some change.
So y'all still fairly new then?
We're super new. And we've partnered with other local companies like 7 Drums. We've got the Smithsonian. We've done a few things, talks and different things like that. And we also have been working with DC Music Summit. So we're kind of displaying how nonprofits can work together and coexist, but also boost each other. So that's been really great.
So how did the idea for a nonprofit record label come about? Because those are something you hear a lot about.
Yeah, that's true. I think that we were just talking about the problem in general because it was something that we had all experienced as playing and touring musicians. We'd experienced gender discrimination, and we were talking about the experiences of our friends as well, and thinking, what can we do to kind of give back? Let's see where we do have a little bit of a platform and a little bit of power in that we have a community surrounding our band. How can we leverage that so that we're making a bigger impact? And the main reason that we decided to go the nonprofit route was that we didn't want to be profit driven. We wanted to be mission driven. And so often being profit driven forces you to conform to the capitalist,
status quo,
the patriarchal, the systems, the horrible non-equal systems that are already in place. It's like you're just defining what you're doing based on that. And I'm not going to say that the nonprofit world's any different. You're looking for funding, and you're still within that structure to a certain extent. But we did want to remain mission driven and be able to have that be a legacy that we were going to turn over to other people to take. With the idea that community knows best, that people were going to be able to take that and make it what they need it to be in the future as well.
Now, I know you mentioned the Kennedy Center. What other projects or things have you already worked on and are going to work on?
Well, one of those is our workshops. We actually have one going on tomorrow at 7 Drums, DC. And I'm going to hand this over to Erin also because I know there's more I'm forgetting.
Oh, that's okay. It's they do a monthly jam. It's the first Sunday of
7
every
Drums,
month.
monthly
7
jam.
Drums City.
Okay.
And we do a workshop called Collective Sounds at 6 o'clock in the same location.
In the morning?
No, in the evening. No, oh my gosh, I wouldn't be there. Unless I was like still up from the night before. But it's focused on making music with other people and creative improvisation, and it's for people at every single level. So you can come and never have picked up an instrument before, or you can be an experienced jammer and player and wanting to get back to the basics of creativity through like listening to and experiencing and breathing in and being with the people in the room.
Right. Okay. Well, we definitely take the time out to give us a few minutes of your time. You have something else you want to say? Go ahead.
Don't mute DC.
Don't mute DC. Where can people find you at if they want to reach out to you, work with you, or donate to your cause?
Okay, so we're on Instagram, This Could Go Boom. If you want to find the band, we're on Instagram, the Osyx, that's Osyx. And how would people donate again?
So you can also find us at www.thiscouldgoboom.org, and we're also on Facebook as well.
Okay. Ladies, we thank you again for giving us your time and talking about, and as I heard it before, I thought it was such a good idea, I wanted to bring you on.
Thank you.
Again, thank you.
Yes, thank you.
so
All
much.
right, you're welcome. All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right. So,